Remember, this has mineral sunscreen in it, and you know those are white. For anyone who has deeper skin out there, I want you to look carefully and tell me if you suspect anything.
No, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you.
Alright, I can explain why I look like an alien, intergalactic space warrior. I did a pride look. This is the transgender flag. It's on my Instagram and TikTok, okay? Ignore it. There's a lot of stuff on my face, I know. This is just a lot. Hi friends, my name is... There's a guy looking at me. He's looking through the window. My name's Frederick, and I wasted my money today. In fact, a week ago, because this came in last night. For anyone who doesn't know who Trisha Paytas is, they are an OG YouTuber who has been on YouTube for, I think, over 8 years now. They were previously a contestant on America's Got Talent.
I talk really fast, and like I'm a rapper.
Yes, a rapper.
A rapper.
They have been on Big Brother.
If I watch this show and you are fake after we've had these conversations, I will go on YouTube and I will talk about you so much.
They have identified as a chicken nugget and a Trump supporter at some point in their career, and they were previously a co-host on the Frenemies podcast who made 45% of the income. But don't worry, it wasn't about the money. No shade to them. And I know they go by they, them, and she, her. I'm just gonna say they as much as I can, but if I do say she at some point, I apologize in advance. I want to clarify some things before I start. I bought this the day before the mess happened. Like literally the moment she announced it, I was like, I need to buy that. That would be a great video. Obviously, I'm thinking about like content. You're like, why else would I buy this? You know I don't need skincare. I have enough to last me 5 lifetimes. I simply wanted to purchase it for the sake of reviewing it and maybe helping others determine whether or not they should waste their money because it's $250, I think, after the tax. My total was, I think, $225 because I got a discount by just looking up coupons for this website and it worked. Thank you, honey, for doing that. But I know some people will be upset for the fact that I did support them in a way because this does directly support them, and you're completely right to be upset about it because yeah, like some people don't want to support this person considering the stuff they have done in the past because they have a very controversial history. I'm not gonna get into it, this is not that video. And you can't always separate like the art or the products from the person themselves. Like you shouldn't buy certain people's cosmetics because if they have a running history of being controversial or straight up, it's not the best idea to continue supporting the products. I personally thought Trisha had a new leaf.
If you have a leaf and you turn it, it's the same leaf.
A change of heart. Maybe they fixed their past because they were with better people. I think everyone can agree they were better than they were 2 years ago, let alone 1 year ago with their previous friend group. So I was starting to believe that, maybe they're better now and this is maybe not like a whole scam, but we'll get into that soon. Before we get into the products, because it's all right here, I do want to talk about the trailer and the marketing behind it. So let's just watch the trailer, why don't we?
Hi, I'm Trisha Paytas, and you may know me as the internet sensation from such videos as My Ugly Pizza Face and How My Acne Greasy Skin Makes Me Ugly AF.
Okay, so obviously this is a parody of typical skincare commercials because of the music, the way she's dressed right now. It's very Clinique, and I think that was her whole goal, is to make this like a parody commercial because there's an obvious filter on this. If you can't tell that's a filter, I think you need to open your eyes to the idea that a lot of things on Instagram are fake and just on social media in general, because sometimes it's not obvious and some people grow up thinking that people's skin actually look like this. It's not true. It's all cameras and lighting. It helps soften it. So don't believe that people are poreless like this because that's not possible. Her hair looks amazing though, I will say. But yeah, I don't think it's the best idea to filter something that's supposed to be like targeting the skin and to have makeup in general. However, because this is Trisha Paytas, it's allowed almost. I would have been more surprised if they were barefaced, no filter, if that makes sense.
I'm 33 and I've struggled with acne my entire life.
And she does show
Diet,
her
stress, or
like
just oily
old... She does show images and videos of her with acne without filter, so it's like there is honesty in there too.
We found the miracle combination to work on any skin.
Okay, so this is all, wait, there's only 6 in this image. There's actually 7, there's an eye cream, it's not shown on here. And as you can see, I have the same thing, so that matches, but I'm gonna get into some other inconsistencies later. So this collaboration was with Glow Skin Enhancement, and I'll get into that person's company because it is important. This isn't just a name brand or like her own collection. It's a partnership.
Over the past year, we have
Okay. I don't know where this is. I don't know if this is actually how they're making it, but I can't help but think it doesn't really make sense on how you're whisking your ingredients, because you're not in a hairnet, you know, your hair can get in there. It can easily be contaminated. So I can't tell if that's being honest or not, but it's just a little bit weird.
Paytas Miracle Elixir has changed my life. Whether I'm filming on my kitchen floor or shooting a music video, I no longer
So that music video she's talking about is a part of her campaign. We're gonna get into that soon. I don't know why there's a dog in there, but I think there's actually dogs in actual skincare commercials, so she did her research.
It really feels too good to be true,
Oh, the
but
wind.
it isn't. It doesn't leave any harsh effects on my skin, and I feel confident with no makeup.
She says she feels confident with no makeup, but she's wearing a full face of makeup. You know what I mean? Like, it would have been nice to see her without it.
No more hiding behind filters or Photoshop. You don't need it.
She says no more hiding behind filters or Photoshop, you don't need it. But there's a filter. Okay. My thoughts. I didn't mind the commercial. If you know Trisha, they're known for trolling a lot, for being you could say a character on the internet, so it's what I've expected of them. However, the idea that her skincare was able to transform her skin while she's working with this person who gave her facials and chemical peels and treatments, it sort of is like, oh, did Kylie actually use her skincare? Or is that just her face because of all the procedures she's had done?
It really is the secret recipe to soft,
Delicious skin.
I can tell you right now, this skincare line was not the only reason her skin was able to look how it is today, because it has changed. There's definitely other stuff in there. Next up, let's go to the website. So first off, this does not match what you're given. If you zoom in, it says morning toner. That is not the packaging. Morning face nutrients is also not the same packaging. What does match is the last day cream, and this is what the cleanser looks like, and it sort of looks like the morning toner. So that's all that I can see, and I was confused as to why it's different, but honestly, it is better for the morning face nutrients to be in that opaque packaging, because I think there is vitamin C in there. Regardless, it's not the same, so I don't know why. There's a typo here. It says Skin God with 2 Ds. I don't know if that's on purpose or not. So the brand owner of Glow Skin Enhancement is Charlotte Wilson. She is known in LA for doing other people's skin and just helping with facials. So what are the bomb benefits? It penetrates deep into the pores for clean and clear, penetrates deep into the pores for clear and clean pores. Minimizes large pores. Diminishes blemishes. Notice how they emphasize the pores idea? That's like always trying to get you to buy stuff. No such thing as minimizing an actual pore. It's minimizing the appearance of it. They're still the same size no matter what. Even skin tone and hyperpigmentation, typically what you hear. Cruelty-free, paraben-free. Some people debate whether or not paraben-free is important, but I don't really know that much, so I'm not gonna get into it because I'm not a scientist. Contains natural ingredients, that doesn't matter. And sulfate-free also probably doesn't matter. Great for all skin types and tones. Is untrue, because there's fragrance in here, and that is not for sensitive skin or people with rosacea or just are prone to breaking out from fragrance itself. So that right there is a lie. I'm sorry, that's just not possible. You can't do something that is for all people and also have it be exfoliating, have fragrance, and have active ingredients that will break people out. If we go to the actual Glow Skin website, 7 sold in the last 13 hours. So people are still buying this, by the way. 21 reviews, 5 stars. I don't think it's possible for there to be 21 reviews and the people have barely used it, because I got this, I think 5 days after I ordered it. If people got it maybe 3 days, you still need at least 3 to 4 weeks of testing it to see results. So these are either fake or biased or really dedicated fans of Trisha's. There's 22 people looking at this product right now. Nice. Hey. So what does it include? A day and night exfoliator cleanser, morning face nutrients, which is a serum, morning toner, elixir day cream with SPF 30. First of all, correct me if I'm wrong, actual dermatologists and scientists out there. If you want to make something that has SPF in it and is approved by the FDA, it has to go through, I think, 2 years of regulation and testing. Like, you can't just say, oh, I put avobenzone and titanium dioxide in, it's SPF 30 and get away with it. Like, legally, you have to go through a bunch of tests. So she was probably planning this at least 3 years ago then. If this is actually SPF 30, that's the thing. Like, I can't really tell if there is. There's a lot to go through. Renew Night Eye Cream Advanced Formula, don't know what that means. Renew Activating Glow Night Serum, Hydrate Glow Night Cream. There's a lot of glow in there and renew. A lot of keywords to get you going. Advanced Formula, whatever that means. Other inconsistencies, if we look at the instructions for the morning routine, it says wet your face with lukewarm water and use your fingertips to apply 2 pumps of daily. 2 pumps? My face needs more. Allow to sit for 2 minutes and rinse with lukewarm water. I don't think you need to let something sit for 2 minutes. Active ingredients and cleansers normally need like 30 seconds to use, and you're not really like using a cleanser for the sake of exfoliating. So 2 minutes is quite a long time for a cleanser to sit on your face, because you should already be cleansing for 60 seconds at least. So I don't think you need to wait 2 minutes actually. Also keep in mind, I've used this twice already, morning and night, so I have done the routine. Use the face nutrients 3 days a week or the morning toner 4 days a week consecutively. I'd say that makes sense. You don't want to overwhelm your skin, especially for people who are new to it. I have used exfoliating toners, vitamin C's, things with a lot of active ingredients for over 6 years now, so my skin is fine with it. And I'll get into how my skin reacted to each product. This last part though, apply a dime-sized amount of Elixir tinted. Tint where? Tint who? Tint what? What tint? It's not SPF 30, no tint. I don't know why that's there. And even if you were to use something that has SPF, it can't be a dime-sized amount. 2 to 3 fingers at least is going to be able to cover your face, neck, and ears. Ingredients. This, I'm so confused. Normally when you look on a skincare or just cosmetics website, you see the main ingredients that they market to you, and then you can click, oh, see full ingredients because I might be allergic to something and that's important to see. Or I want to know what's in everything because I don't want to accidentally buy something that has rat poison in it. You know what I mean? This doesn't have that. There is no full ingredient list. This is what you get, that's everything. The packaging does not include the ingredients on the back. There is no ingredient list in this box. I have opened it 3 times just to make sure. So let's see. The cleanser, water, caprylyl glycol, hexylene glycol, cool, citric acid, hydrogenated palm, glyceride citrate, potassium sorbate. This is like a standard cleanser. There's nothing special about it. Morning face nutrients, collagen booster. What collagen? From where? Plants or animals? Because if it's animals, it's technically not cruelty free. Also, booster, what? I've never seen booster next to collagen. Distilled water, sodium hyaluronate, salicylic acid, sodium hydroxide. Those are all pretty good ingredients. I mean, salicylic acid is technically an exfoliant. It's interesting that they put that on in the morning. I don't use things that exfoliate in the morning because I'm going out in the sun. I only exfoliate at night, so it's interesting that they put that there. Vegetable glycerin, see they specified that. Dimethicone, just silicone, hydrolyzed collagen, more collagen. From where? Glycolic acid, another exfoliant, vitamin C and E, mixed yeast extract. I can tell you, from putting it on, there is oil in there and is not listed here, so I don't know what they're doing. Morning toner, organic aloe leaf juice, orange peel extract, which could easily break someone out, citric senescence, I don't know what that is, organic white willow bark extract, tea tree leaf oil, also not good for sensitive skin sometimes, ferulic acid. Cool, I mean, it's just it's a toner. This is where they get me. The day cream that's supposed to have SPF in it, avobenzone homosalate, octisalate, oxybenzone, titanium dioxide, zinc oxide. Those are all sunscreen ingredients. And I mean, that's it. Like, you literally use these ingredients when you're talking about sunscreen. So for them to not even have water, binding ingredients, or preservatives, it makes me, you know what, to make an analogy, it's like if you made a cake and had all the ingredients for it, but flour, baking powder, and sugar. You need something to put it together. You can't just say like, oh, it's sunscreen. So I question how much is in there. And also, I don't think that's reef friendly. At least one of those chemical filters is bad for the coral reef, so I'm not sure, I'll double check. Night eye cream, water, oh, lovely. Glycerin, other words, lactic acid. That's a good exfoliating for around the eye, it's more gentle. Licorice root extract, cool. A leaf extract, a cocos extract, a grapeseed oil. Nice, it's pretty good. Glow night serum, glycolic acid. Above water, if these are by percentages, because typically when you look at ingredient lists, the thing with the most percentage is first, that's why water is usually first. Glycolic acid, that's a lot then, to be above water. And then there's sunflower seed oil. Cool, I like sunflowers. Last thing, night cream, water, glycerin, soluble collagen. That's the third type of collagen we've seen now. mango butter, jojoba seed oil, benzoic acid, silica, xanthan gum. Pretty good, I'd say. Question is, I don't think that's all of it though. I think it's kind of reduced because if I go to, say, the night serum by also this brand, you scroll down and you see how much there actually is. That's a lot more. Dark eye circle remover. Is this even comparable? So, I wonder, one, is it legal to not put the full ingredient list? Because I emailed them asking for the whole list. I have not received a response, by the way. And actually, there's a phone number, so why don't we call that too? Let's pull up.
Hello, and thank you for calling Glow Skin Enhancement. All of our representatives are assisting other clients at this time.
Okay.
Please stay on the line,
Okay.
and the next available representative will be happy to assist you.
Okay.
Thank you for your patience.
Sure.
Glow Skin Enhancement, how may I help you?
Hi, I was wondering if I was able to find a full ingredient list for Trisha's skincare collaboration with Glow Skin Enhancement. I looked online and I couldn't find it all.
It's on the ingredient card that we have. So, give me a minute today. It'll be available today.
No problem.
Yes, it'll be available on the site. It's on the ingredient card.
Did the card come with the package?
How to use. Right. It's on how to use. So we'll place it online today.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What? Okay, I don't know if it caught on camera. It's on the ingredient card. What? This? With a bad photo because it's like very low quality and I can see the pixels? No, this is how to put it on. There's no ingredients on here. And then they said they'll put it on the website today. Why not the day of? Yeah, let's get to the actual packaging because I also got some opinions. This is what comes in. As you can see, it does move around a bit. And there is a design here. I don't know if you can see, there's like a small outline that is barely visible. I don't like that you can't even see it. I think that this pink is a little bit too dark. I think it could have been a nice silver or a white instead. That's just nitpicking though. I really hate calligraphy as a brand thing. Branding aside, when this came in, I didn't record it, but 2 items were out of the box. Not like out of this compartment, but they were just like tossed around a little bit. I know some people said they had theirs damaged, some were leaking. Not for me, it didn't happen to me, but just keep in mind, it could happen to you. Also, this magnet right here is not too good because one little mishap and it pops right off. Can you see how I'm able to move it right now? It's not really stable. And if you look at how it's boxed, these open up. I don't know why you would package it like that, but that just makes it even easier to break and open when it's being shipped. Like if I compare this to an actual PR box I got, this is how they packaged theirs, First Aid Beauty. Notice how there's, paper to hold the product so they don't fly around. The boxes themselves have the entire ingredient list on here. And making it cardboard like this saves you the need to use styrofoam to hold your products in. And also, it's easier to hold. So when you open it up, there's your ingredient card. If I were to replicate what it looked like, this was popped out and this was popped out. Just like that, that's all, nothing too bad. The styrofoam, however, it doesn't go to the top, so that's what lets it pop out. So I don't know why they chose that. This is the receipt. It's literally an invoice. It has my address on it, so I'm not gonna reveal too much, but it also has their signature, someone's. Elle Woods. This is a very Elle Woods packaging, I'd say. No, Elle Woods would do better, honestly. Yeah, I'm not gonna do Elle Woods like that. I do want to address 2 other things before we get into reviewing the actual products. She made a music video, I mentioned before, and it was a parody of Sweeney Todd. I don't remember the details because it was a long time ago, but basically Trisha is impersonating the actor who was marketing something called Miracle Elixir, but it was actually ink and piss. So essentially snake oil. So for her to upload a music video saying this is the Miracle Elixir, and that's like juxtaposing with the fact that the real movie was just a scam. I can't tell if she's just trying to parody and be funny or if this is actually a scam. I can't tell. I don't know how they act because they are a character on YouTube. They're unpredictable. Is it hilarious? Yeah. When you're a consumer buying it, no. And also, there was a TikTok video of someone saying they got their package and it was damaged, that the products were leaking and they said it wasn't worth $200. And then the owner of Glow Skin Enhancement commented and said like, okay, don't make fun of Trisha. If you're mad, give me your address. I'll pull up. Like, that's unprofessional to do. Hey, this is the aftermath of Trisha's Paytas skincare. I'm kidding. I just have a mask on. But I want to clarify some things. I read some articles about what happened on TikTok. So one customer did purchase something and came damaged, and they were complaining and saying it wasn't worth $200. They're saying it was damaged and leaked and that they want a refund. And the account that commented the I'll pull up, you know, like answer your door or something, apparently that was someone working for the CEO, Charlotte, and that they were fired or let go because of their rude behavior. Either way, if that's true, that's a bad intern. And they did issue an apology, and they said that they will give you a refund, but the company also commented again like, I don't care for TikTok, don't complain about Trish, you got your refund, goodbye, or like something. It was still a little bit rude, and I question why someone who is a CEO who has an immense following, at least in LA, in terms of celebrity culture, is even bothering to antagonize someone. I did contact them again later tonight because I was like, hey, I checked online, still don't see the full ingredient list, and they're like, yeah, we submitted it, it should be there tomorrow. And I was like, submit for who? If you're the company, why can't you update it yourself? Like, who is this submitting to? And then the person on the phone, I'm not sure, I don't think it's Charlotte. She told me she was the designer of the products, and I was like, graphic designer, like designer of the packaging? What kind of designer? But either way, I was asking for a refund. I said, was it possible to exchange or anything? Because I had a bad reaction with the eye cream. I didn't really trust the SPF, and overall the serums, they didn't really work for me. I just found that they irritated my skin even more, and this is like, why do you think I have this on now? And then she proceeded to say, oh, well, like, let me tell you what they're meant to do. Like, the cleanser is meant to exfoliate and go deep into your pores. I was like, I understand how cleansers work. I saw your website, and I have done this for 6 years. I don't need a lesson. And then I told her like, yeah, I understand that. And then I said, well, is it still possible to receive a refund? And she says like, what for? And I said, well, some of them irritated me. And then she flat out says verbatim, yeah, the sunscreen, when mixed with the day cream, can irritate your skin. And I once again question, like, what do you mean mixing your sunscreen with the day cream? Like, there is no, it's one product. So I'm not sure this designer really knows every single thing, or they just messed up, it was an innocent mistake. Either way, she corrected herself and said, oh yeah, sorry, yeah, the sunscreen itself, there is an ingredient there that can irritate the skin. And I'm like, what is it? What? Give me it. And then she says, yeah, I can give you a full ingredients list. I still have yet to receive it. And that she'll give me a refund. I want to clarify, this is not meant to bash the company. I'm not trying to be misogynistic in any way. I am all for women, uplifting women. This is simply trying to call out like a questionable brand decision and marketing tactic. So if you honestly think that I'm trying to put down this woman who has an immense career, if anything, she's doing it to herself by collabing with Trisha. So I'm just trying to relay facts back to an audience who might find it relevant or entertaining. And one last thing, don't attack Trisha, the company, CEO, anyone of the matter, especially the people on customer service or on the phone number. They were very sweet to me. I want to make this clear. They were amazing. They did nothing wrong. It's just their job. They were so sweet about giving me a refund. They were amazing. So at the end of the day, they're all human. I would treat them with respect, and I would assume that this community isn't going to send hate because that's gross. Okay, back to the video. And you don't want that as your reputation. So I question why someone who has such a big name in LA. I mean, they were known for doing like Black China and Tamar, and I mean, I don't know all of them, but like, here's the whole list. If you have that big of a reputation already, why are you going to risk it with someone who has even more controversy? Short answer, money, clout, fame, but also money, because either way, whether you like Trisha or not, she's a great businesswoman and can sell stuff. She makes bank, and I applaud her for that. Also for the fact that she's collaborating with another woman-owned brand, but the owner usually collaborates with people who are either Black or just people of color. Rarely white is what I'm trying to say. So it's interesting that she collabed with Trisha instead of like another one of her celebrities. You make your own conclusions. I'm just listing the facts of what was given to me and what I know. And now let's go into the actual products. All right, so let's start with number 1. This is the Day Exfoliator Cleanser. You can't tell what it is until you read the top. I wish it said like something on the side. And looking at the packaging itself, I actually don't mind it. It reminds me of like a pillar or like candy. And I would say this is very Trisha. But I know some people are gonna say this looks absolutely tacky. It has some weight to it, I don't mind it. I'm actually not too mad about it. I think it's kind of cute. And I'm not really a stickler for packaging because I care more about the product itself. Opens pretty well, has a nice cap. Consistency wise, let me show you. Very, I should call him. So when I first did it, it didn't show up on here. There was some milky thing in there that made it look even more suspicious. Didn't happen this time. There's no beads or anything that exfoliates, so I think the only exfoliating it's doing is with a chemical ingredient, but I don't remember seeing a chemical exfoliator on there unless it's not listed, because it didn't have the full ingredient list. Scent-wise, this is very strange. It's like paint, somehow artificial pineapple, and also glue. So weird. And each fragrance is different. Like, I can't explain it. It changes each time, but it worked as a cleanser. Yeah, I mean, it just smells like glue now, but it also smelled like paint at first, but I also thought it was pineapple at first, so I don't know what is going on there. I guess I'll go in order of what you're supposed to do. Next up is the morning toner. This is actually, I think it's cute. I mean, some people don't like the pill aesthetic. I don't mind it. I like the cap, but also, this is tiny for a toner. I've used like 4 sprays. Look how much has already gone through. This is not gonna last me more than a month, I think. And compared to the cleanser size, like, this is half the size, man. Also, I don't have it with me, but this had another cap on it, and I just think it's counterproductive to have one cap and then another cap. Like, it's like a clear one. I threw it away. But aside from that, the spray is actually a good one. It's actually a fine mist, and I'm gonna keep this packaging. It's just not gonna last you a while. I don't think there's an artificial fragrance, but it does smell like willow bark and tea tree. If you've ever used the Youth to the People kombucha toner, it smells exactly like that. Okay, next up, Morning Face Nutrients. This is a weird name. I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like I'm being fertilized. Not in that way, oh my God, like a plant. You know, you need to give yourself the nutrients. So it comes like this. Once again, the packaging is different from what is marketed. And if this does have vitamin C as it says, it is better to be in opaque packaging because it will oxidize quicker if it's in the clear one. That's why normally you see these in like brown, like a dark brown glass, or fully contained like this, or in a powder version. This one smells exactly like pineapple candy. It's intense too. I don't mind fragrance, I actually like it. I did do a patch test on my neck, body, and arm just in case, because I don't know what's in here. 24 hours later, nothing happened. Yeah, this packaging is, this is one of the weaker packagings, I'd say, because it's like painted. You can sort of see where the paint starts on the cap. I just think it looks very simple. Like, you have nothing else but that. Nothing on the back, no list of ingredients. Like, if we look at this Kiehl's one, look how much detail they put into it. I'm not saying it has to have detail. Like, yeah, simpler can look better too, but somehow it just looks fake to me, if that makes sense. I think it's the font too. But regardless, let's test it out. Here's what it looks like. It says you're supposed to put a whole pump. I use a half pump instead because that is a lot. And I'm going to rub it on. And as you can see, that has oil in it and it's not listed on the website. How do I know it has oil? Because my face feels oily after and I already have oily skin. Can you see? That's not liquid. That's straight up oil on there. And it has like a pineapple, but also paint smell right after. It's so weird. To reiterate, if you put fragrance in something, that will make someone break out. This is not for everyone. And I don't know which one it was, but it's either this or the morning toner. When I put it on my eyes, it stung like hell. I have a picture of my eyes looking red after. That happens rarely, only if it's something that is just doesn't react well with my skin. So I'm gonna double check. I know it says to avoid the eye area when you're using this toner. Now the day cream. Oh, okay. So as you can see, this is a combination of avobenzone, homosalate, oxybenzone, titanium dioxide, and zinc oxide only. No water, no nothing, no glycerin, no binding ingredient, no preservative. This actually doesn't have a scent, which surprised me because I was like, so far everything has been scented so weirdly. Packaging wise, it has a little cap on top and there's like a good third that is just empty space, so it's bulky. It's still cute, I guess, like it's nothing bad. Let's just try out the day cream. Remember, this has mineral sunscreen in it, and you know those are white. For anyone who has deeper skin out there, I want you to look carefully and tell me if you suspect anything. Zinc oxide, titanium dioxide, no. I don't care if you are the best brand in the whole world. If you have a mineral sunscreen, it's gonna leave a white cast at least for 1 minute. You have to rub it in. That took 2 swipes and it was gone. This is disappeared. It doesn't smell like any sunscreen either. It has literally no scent. So I question whether or not this actually has SPF in it, which is why I put another one on my face. Let's compare it to Dermalogica. This is a completely chemical sunscreen. Ready? Do you see the difference? Even though this is all chemical, it has a white cast, like just a little bit at first, because they come off as white or purple or sometimes bluish on really deep skin tones. So for everyone, yeah, actually the sunscreen will work because I don't think there's any sunscreen in it. I can't confidently say that this will protect you from the sun because it has to be approved by the FDA first. Regardless, let's go to the night routine. You do the cleanser first, and then you have the Renew Glow Night Serum. Glow Night is one word on the bottle. It's also a different color now. This is more, once again, oily. I felt some tingling when putting this on, and I think that's because there actually might be active ingredients in here, which is nice, but still pretty oily. My dude, like, literally matches my face right now because I'm sweating. This doesn't have a scent either. Like, I don't know why some of them do and don't. So my skin didn't break out from this actually. Normally I don't put oil on unless it's at night. So for me to put it on in the morning too, I got a little bit paranoid. Now the night cream. I think this was what Trisha was whisking in the video because, oh god, it smells different too. This one smells like a weird Macy's fragrance. Ooh, oh no, it smells like a bad candle. It's a Yankee Candle, y'all. This isn't a fruit candle. This is simply Yankee Candle in clean, or like linen. Very Febreze. So weird. I don't know why I'm putting it on my face. It's also kind of chunky. Like it's a little bit frothy. Lack of consistency. Here's my swatch once again. I mean, this looks like the SPF because it has a little more white cast at least. Yeah, oh no, this one is the worst fragrance, I think. Worse than the cleanser because it smells exactly like Febreze and Lysol. Why do I do this for YouTube? What am I doing? I'm so dumb. The fragrance does go away after you rub it in. Like, it doesn't linger on your face, but it's just the fact that you're smelling Febreze for a quick minute. Yeah, I mean, it's smooth, rubs in. No complaints besides the weird fragrance and consistency. Can't really tell if it works yet. The reason why I'm doing this video now and not like a month in advance is because I still don't know if I want to continue using these products. However, because on the website they said take a picture of what you look like before and after within 30 days and we'll send you a free gift. They seem pretty confident that the stuff will work, so I might do a part 2. I'm just uploading this now because views, it's relevant, and I want people to know whether or not they want to buy it. You make your own decision. I don't think anyone will be buying it though after the fiasco. This is the eye cream. All the things that are in cream form come with another layer. That's nice to know that there is something sealed. This is also the same consistency. It's a little bit, she's a little chunky, man. Maybe this was the one she was mixing because it's more yellow toned. Also, this may seem very small. It's actually standard for an eye cream, I'd say. You're not gonna get through this for a while if you use the proper amount, which is barely anything. This also smells like pineapple and weird fragrance. I don't know. This one's worse. It's like this is the most scent. And the fact that you're gonna put fragrance around your eye, which is the most sensitive part of your skin. Sorry, your face. There's more sensitive parts around your other body. Ugh, it's starting to sound like Trisha now. Yeah, this is very fragranced. It's the most fragranced thing. I smell it after I put it on too. And I don't think my eyes will like that. So I might just use that as a hand cream? I don't know. I really can't tell if I want to put that on my face again. So that is all of Trisha Paytas' skincare. Let me know if you'll be buying this or not, and let me know if you want a part 2 or if I should keep using these products because I don't know. I can't think right now. I'm just like in a state of shock still because I bought this confidently, being like, oh, Trisha's turned a new leaf. They're so much better now. And then the day after, all that shit happened. Like, really? Did you have to? Part of me feels like it's for marketing because during that whole thing, she released her music video, so that's gonna get more views, good or bad, and people will be watching and buying regardless. So I can't help but think that was all a scheme. Let me know what you think. Either way, I love you all and hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, give this video a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more videos whenever I have time to post. Typically it's once a week. Social medias are all right here. If you want to see this pride look for the transgender flag, go check it out on TikTok and Instagram. And as always, I love you all and everything is less than 3. Pray for my skin. Trish like fish.